Hey, what's up? This is Ross McKenzie, and I've never really done a video like this before, but as you know, this weekend, Paul Walker, who was in the Fast and the Furious movies and a number of other movies like such as Running Scared and Timeline and a bunch of other movies to his name. Very versatile actor, tragically passed away in a car accident this weekend. Now, I've never really done a video like this where I kind of reminisce about an actor that I liked. It was a little bit different with Heath Ledger because he didn't really have a big, huge, named franchise, that he was in several movies with. So it was kind of different with him. But, so that's the main difference between him and Paul Walker. But I decided to make this video because I wanted to reminisce about what my thoughts of Paul Walker were. And, well, the first movie I was introduced to him with was basically the Fast and the Furious, pretty much the one movie that put his name on the map and made him a overnight star. And I thought my thoughts when I came out of the theater, at first I thought Fast and the Furious, well, that sounds like I didn't even know what the heck it was. My friend said, well, let's go see Fast and Furious. I didn't even know what the heck it was. It sounded like some kind of action movie to me. I didn't know what it was, but then I got out of the theater and I said, wow, this young man, this young actor can really carry a movie alongside a star like Vin Diesel, a star that's really kind of coming up in Vin Diesel, who was made a main character as well. He really can stand up and act alongside him, and he was really, really, really good. And so then a couple of years passed, and I kind of thought, well, are they going to make a sequel to the Fast and the Furious? So they made Too Fast, Too Furious, and I got to tell you, it really wasn't that great of a movie, but I thought because of him, it was really, really good because they actually made him carry the whole entire film pretty much. Him and Tyrese, it was the first time he found he acted with his beloved friend Tyrese, who I might add is extremely shaken up over his death and is really distraught over his death, and I really feel bad for him because he lost his friend. And I have a friend who worked with him. I'm not going to mention his name, but I have a friend who worked with him, and he knew Paul Walker and he lost him and stuff. So that really kind of makes this the reason why I'm kind of making this video, because it's a little personal to me now. And I thought he was really, really good in it. And I thought that's the reason why this movie was really good, Then we got the gap in between, and then we got to Fast and Furious. And I thought to myself, wow, he really is doing a great job on expanding his character and really getting the range of who Brian O'Connor was, and stuff. And then I found a gem that came out about 4 years ago called Timeline, which was really, really, really good. It's my absolute favorite movie with Paul Walker in it. He was just awesome in it. Extraordinary job he did. He did his really great range of acting through very humbled, very honest, very some angry portrayal there, and some very warm and caring portrayal there, and stuff like very wide range of acting in this movie. And it was just a really, really good movie. And then suddenly we get to Running Scared, which is really, really, really good as well. It was a gritty action movie. It was really good. It was very, very right up there for his range and stuff. And it proved to me that this guy is really, really, really good at playing these type of roles. And then we got Fast Five, which, you know, this was the one where they expanded his character even more. And they gave him basically right away, right almost 45 minutes into the movie, they gave him basically a family. So now he has to... There was a one part in the movie I remember where he said, you know, I don't know my father, I don't know who he is, like, I don't know, I don't even know who the heck he was, he was never there for me, and that was a really kind of revelational part to me, that this guy really could someday win an award for his acting. I mean, yeah, he was actually that good, and I thought to myself, God, this guy's a really great actor. He's almost like James Dean in his roles. He's very visceral in his roles and is very good at his acting. And then we got to Fast Six, and even though the movie was much faster, the roles that he was in, while they were very sporadic, because you had so many characters in this new film, is that he was very, very, very straight on, and you could see the passion in him about playing Brian O'Connor. And you got to see how much he wanted to protect his family from all this bullshit that was happening to his character. I thought that was really interesting that, that they would give him, extend his character so much to the point where, where he has a family now and he has to protect it. So these movies were going to be a very different type of trilogy, that was closing out for this, basically this trilogy of films, Then I read the day before something about him filming Fast 7 and the stunts that they were doing in the fight scenes. And then it was Saturday, and that was it. I heard in the late afternoon that's it. He was gone. And I was in total shock. I didn't even know what the hell to believe. I didn't even think it was even true. And let's not forget that he had a friend in there, and he will be loved, and he will be missed as well. So let me just put that in there right now, just so this is not completely concentrated on him. Yes, he had a friend in there, and he will be missed, and he will be loved as well. And both of them, was just tragic about both of them. And I remember thinking, God, this must be a hoax. I thought the same thing as everybody else. I thought this was a hoax. It couldn't be real. I mean, God, Then it started coming out, and the news stations all reported it, and I thought, oh my God, this guy was only 40 years old, and he had one of the biggest movies to his career ready to come out next year, and now he's gone. That's it, man. He's gone. And I don't know. I'm still a little bit in shock. We can honestly say now that Fast 7 is now going to be a completely different movie. I'm not going to get into much of that because this is kind of going a little bit too much here. But it is actually, I believe it's going to be a part movie, part memorial type of movie. Meaning at the end credits, they're probably going to have some things about his character and stuff, and some pictures of him. And yeah, the movie is definitely going to pull on your heartstrings. It's definitely going to do that. I'm not probably 100% sure it's going to do that. So I'm going to wrap this up and say that he was a great actor. I mean, he was the James Dean of our times. He loved life. He was a nice guy. He likes speedy cars. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, this was just a tragic way to die. But let us remember how this young man lived. He was a nice guy. He was generous, very much into charities. And I'm going to wrap this up by saying that he was a very nice guy. And not too many actors are like that nowadays. You don't find many actors like that. And I hope you have a good holiday, and thank you for watching this.